We're looking at question 22b from the 2013 Revised Higher Physics paper. And we've just answered the question, what's the law of conservation of linear momentum? And now we have to apply it in a sense. The total mass of the car and dummy is 1200 kilograms. I'll just highlight that as a key value. Calculate the change in momentum of the car and dummy in the collision. So we're trying to calculate the change of momentum. I'm just going to write the solution up here. Change of momentum, which is delta mv or delta p, you could write, is always the final minus the initial momentum. And so writing that properly would be mv minus mu. So we need to plug the values in, making sure we have the right value for final velocity and for initial velocity. So if we scroll back up to the top of the page, we can see that the velocity of the car just before it collides is 13.4 meters per second. So that is the initial velocity, which is u. So we'll write that in now. So the change of momentum is equal to the final velocity, which is the mass times final velocity 0, minus the mass times the initial velocity, which was 13.4. And I've just put that in brackets because mv minus mu can be factorized like that. And so the mass, it said was 1200, so delta mv is equal to 1200 times 0 minus 13.4, which is going to be 1200 times minus 13.4. So our answer is that delta mv is equal to minus 16,080, and the units are kilograms meters per second. But we do want to check that we've got the correct number of significant figures here. This is two significant figures. The speed was 13.4, and that was three significant figures. So in a sense, we don't really know whether this number of 1200 is to 2 or 3. So it's probably best to just stick with 2 because we don't know about the zeros here. So we can quote this to 2 significant figures. So the final answer is delta mv, the change in momentum, is minus 16,000 kilograms meters per second to the minus 1. You could write that as 16 times 10 to the 3 or 1.6 times 10 to the 4 as well, as it is written in the solutions. So a couple of points here, just to be clear on. You must use the symbol delta, or at least say you're talking or calculating the change of mv. If you just write mv on its own, then arguably that could be defined as the final momentum. So you definitely can't write that there. It's very important and I'll underline this, the delta to denote change in is